And thank you for joining me on my new channel, Kay-Ssentials for Living. So, a little about me. I am retired now, 4 years retired, and I decided I kind of need to see what I'm doing during the day and kind of chronicle my life now that I'm not going out to work every day. So I decided, okay, let's follow me during the day to see what I'm doing. So a little backstory, my husband and I moved into this brand new home, clean walls, clean slate in August of 2024. As life would have it, things happened. I became ill. I was in the hospital for 3 months, several surgeries, and a 6-week stay in rehab to learn to walk again. God, thank you, it's great. I got a clean bill of health, and I'm doing great. So I came home January 2025, and it is now March 2026, and I'm still living in this brand new clean slate house with, all of these white walls. As my baby girl would say, my house is a little light skinned, so I need to go ahead and pick up the pace and get it decorated. So that's what I plan to do with this channel. I want you to follow along with me when I decide to put my designs together. I have some ideas in my head already. As you can see, I have a standard white kitchen, and that's great because that's what I wanted. I will add whatever color and texture to it that I want, but for now it's white. So I'm using a regular box cake mix, which I've already put in my bowl, and a box of Jell-O instant pudding. And the box cake mix calls for water and oil. Well, I'm going to add some melted, room temperature melted butter, a 1/2 cup. It's all ready. And yes, sat here a minute and started to coagulate again, but that's okay, it will still work. And to that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring and a teaspoon of butter flavoring. Just to help out the butter, I just put in there, unsalted. The box calls for 3 eggs. I'm adding 4. Room temperature. The box calls for 1.5 cup of water. I'm using a cup of heavy whipping cream. I do this all the time. Cakes come out more flavorful and more moist. Start this one slow. Be careful because it splatters. And now I need to add all of the milk too. And it just made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. Cleanup is a breeze. This cake is going to be really the consistency of a pound cake, but without all of the extra work, because with the pound cakes, when I make them, I have to cream the butter and the sugar and the eggs, and it takes a little more time. But this is quick and easy. It's a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to spray my bundt pan. Yes, I am going to use a bundt pan. It makes it easier for serving. Cleanup is so much easier when it's just the little box cakes. sometimes I would add either cream cheese or sour cream. And I think maybe I should have added sour cream to this one, but that's okay, it's fine. Mixed enough. And as you can see, it's a little thick, and it's going to be just like a pound cake, nice and dense. Okay, let's get this in the pan. And if you don't have a stand mixer, you can certainly use a hand mixer. I don't have a hand mixer. Gave mine to one of my daughters because I thought I would replace it, and guess what, I didn't. So, in the bowl, in the pan it goes. Careful not to get it on the tube if at all possible. My oven has already been preset to 350 degrees. That's kind of like the standards for cakes. There are some cakes though that you don't, I do at 325, and that's when I'm doing a sheet cake. Now, got that all out and clean, and no one is here to lick the bowl. I remember doing that as kids. My kids did it, my grandkids did it, and believe it or not, my great-grandkids love to do it. But I'm gonna make it nice and even in the pan. This pan is heavy too. I've had this pan for quite a few years. And as I said, since I stopped working, I spend more time baking and cooking and trying new recipes. And that was before we sold our condo and moved up here in Pennsylvania in our new home. So, now, tap, 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 to get the air out, air bubbles. 350 degrees. I'm going to set my timer for 40 minutes because it's dense. So just a little backstory about me. When I was growing up, there are 4 girls, 4 boys, 4 girls. And my mom always made sure that when we worked in the kitchen with her, we always had an apron. So that's the one thing you will always see me wearing, an apron whenever I'm in the kitchen. And instead of hairnets, she always made us wear a wrap of some sort. So you'll always see me in the kitchen with a hairnet and a wrap. So, 40 minutes and we'll be back. So, in the meantime, I'm going to prep my steaks. As I said, they're cowboy steaks, and I'm going to cook them in my for a Levy air fryer. I never thought I would do steaks in an air fryer, but oh my God, I love this air fryer. So, my steaks. So I get all my meats from my local butcher. Look at the size of that steak. Make sure that I give them a good rinse. In the meantime, I'm going to dry them very well. And I'm going to prepare a rub. I use Kinder's. Kinder's has so many different types of rubs. Spices. And I have the steak blend. Well, this is Weber, because we have a Weber grill, so we like to cook on Weber, but this is Weber Chop House steak, and this is Buttery Steakhouse, another Kinder's. And yes, I'm going to be very generous with this. Good teaspoon and a half for both. Then, of course, salt. And fresh pepper. Now, I mix my butter. I make a rub with butter. I use A1 steak sauce. Worcestershire sauce. And I'm going to make a paste or a rub, however you want to put it. Nice and thick. It's going to be a nice coating. So now let me plug up and preheat my air fryer. It's going to be a nice rub. these steaks are huge. You know, I don't know why I'm cooking 3. My husband and I could probably just eat 1, just split 1. But of course, I know my daughter is coming by, so I'll have one ready for her. That's my oldest daughter. So, and in case I didn't mention it earlier, I know I talked about my head wraps. Always got to have a head wrap on when I'm in the kitchen. You know, my grandmother, okay, I'm in my 70s. My grandmother back in the day, in the 50s, part of the 60s, worked as a cook, and she always had to have a hairnet on, but that wasn't enough for her. She always put on a wrap. She made them. All you do is go to the, you know, any kind of material fabric store, and she would make wraps. So she taught us, when we're in the kitchen, always have your hair covered, because short hair, long hair, it doesn't matter. Still need to have your hair covered when you're cooking. And when you're dusting, that was her thing too. It's like, when you're dusting, cover your head. So, there. I'm going to let it sit on this one side for a few minutes, and then when I go to put it in, in the air fryer, I will do the other side as well. So, I have my steak fries. I've already seasoned them with some seasoned salt, but we always use Chesapeake Bay seasoning, like for crabs or shrimp, and some taco seasoning along with a little salt. And so I'm going to put it in the oven, and it's on 350, and that's fine. Now that my cake has cooled, I am going to flip it out of the pan. And look how beautiful this cake is. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And so I'm going to cover it while it cools. I am going to make a glaze. I'm not going to do a cake frosting. I'm just going to do a glaze with some confection sugar. Just so you can see, oh my gosh, it's so moist. It tastes so good. I love it. Mmm, delicious. So good. Thank you all for spending the day with me. Thank you for any comments and suggestions you may have. I'm just getting started, so please subscribe and like my channel.